Here is every intense feeling you can't name, but each one gets more insane and deep. Number 1. Anticipatory nostalgia. Imagine you're out with your friends. You go watch a movie, and now you're chilling with them in your house. Nothing special, just laughing, messing around. They're moving out of the city to start university, and you're moving someplace else to start a job. For a second, you go quiet because you suddenly realize that this won't last forever. One day, this exact moment will just be a memory. That's anticipatory nostalgia, the feeling of missing something while it's still happening. Number 2. Sonder. Imagine you're on a train or walking through a city, and you randomly look at someone. They don't see you because they are busy texting. They look frustrated and deep in thought. Then it suddenly hits you that they have got their own friends and problems. They could have cancer. They could have just won the lottery. They could be related to Donald Trump. An entire life that's just as detailed as yours, and you'll never know any of it. That's sonder. It's the awareness that every stranger is living a life as complex as yours. Number 3. Opia. Imagine you are walking and go round a bend in the street. You unintentionally lock eyes with someone walking, and neither of you look away straight away. It feels weirdly intense, almost like you've shared something without speaking. They're wearing a mask, so you are reading their entire mood based off of their eyes. That's opia, the strange vulnerability of eye contact with a stranger. Number 4. Monachopsis. Imagine you're standing in a line at a busy supermarket and nothing's wrong, but something feels slightly off, like you don't fully belong there. The comfort that you get when you enter your bedroom isn't quite there in the supermarket. You feel anxious and out of place. That's monachopsis, the quiet, persistent feeling of being out of place. Number 5. Vellichor. Imagine you walk into an old bookshop. As you're walking around, you hear the song Take On Me, and you start to get pimples because it feels nostalgic even though you weren't even born when that song was released. It feels like you have been on this earth before. Maybe you have, but you can't explain or understand it logically. That's vellichor. It's nostalgia for things you never actually experienced. Number 6. Kenopsia. Imagine going back to work late at night and then heading to a shopping center, and it is completely empty. Somewhere that you usually see is full of people and very loud, but it's just silent. That's kenopsia, the eerie emptiness of a place that's usually busy. Number 7. Anecdoche. Imagine you're a lawyer. You're waiting on a train and get talking to these physicists. You start telling them about this new piece of legislation that you find interesting, and they start talking about a new particles observed in outer space. Everyone is talking and telling stories, but no one's really listening to each other and nothing actually connects. That's anecdoche, a conversation where people talk, but no one is truly heard. Number 8. Emotional lag. Imagine you receive good news that you got into your dream job. The company calls and you don't know what to say. Maybe because you don't feel anything. You put down the phone and you don't feel particularly happy or sad. Then later that night, or days after, it suddenly hits you all at once. That's emotional lag, when your feelings show up late. Number 9. Onism. Imagine that you are 15 years old. You just watch Suits and want to be a lawyer. An hour later, you watch the National Discovery Channel on TV and now want to do something adventurous. 2 months later, you watch the World Cup and want to be a football player. You start thinking about all the places you'll never go, all the careers you'll never try, all the versions of your life you'll never get to live just because you only get one shot. That's onism, the frustration of being limited to a single life. Number 10. Lachesism. Imagine you wake up, have a coffee, get ready, and go to work. You return at 5 p.m., eat, watch Netflix, and then sleep. You do the same thing for the rest of the week. You feel stuck in an endless cycle and repetition, and part of you almost wants something chaotic to happen, just to break the routine and feel something real again. That's lachesism, the urge for disruption when things feel numb.